Hey folks, Philip Bateman, Bravo Charlie, here with Harry Sanders, the man, the legend from StudioHawk. And Harry, you've just back from a tour around the world, per se?
Literally. Yeah. Literally just came back from London, the US, speaking in Bulgaria. I'm happy to be home.
And that's because StudioHawk's pretty huge and significant in the Australian market. And what did everybody miss? Like, how did you suddenly get the idea that SEO was this critical thing? And, what did everybody else miss? Because you're just smashing it.
Yeah, I think there was a big gap in the market. When I started out the business, SEO was seen as a pivotal channel, but it was kind of like a side hustle for a lot of people. Like full service companies would be doing everything and tack on SEO. I think I was just one of the first to see, well, this isn't a tack on, this is a primary driver, and it needs specialists just like you would need plumbers to kind of really hone in on this.
And digital PR.
Yeah.
Digital PR. What's digital PR? Tell us.
So digital PR in my mind is the future of link building. It's the future of building authority and credibility as a brand in Google's eyes, in ChatGPT or AI systems' eyes. And it's about getting mentions in big publications. For instance, we're working with a brand called Lifespan Fitness. They do treadmills and gym equipment. We would come out with a data-led campaign, like, top TikTok kind of, trends that are popping off right now in the fitness industry. We got links from Glamour, news.com.au, 9 News, and that allowed them to rank number 2 for treadmill, and they're pushing number 1 at the moment, just off the back of this kind of heavy, credible, authoritative kind of links that they're getting.
Yeah. And this is sort of this beautiful age of conversion between content and business strategy and digital systems and web and marketing. Like, it's one thing to say, you need to be an SEO specialist to understand SEO, which is absolutely critical. The other thing is having somebody in your team who can speak across these areas and know when to have an SEO specialist in and how to relate the SEO specialist to your other departments and what those other departments would need.
Yeah, exactly. So SEO is becoming, it's a big exercise in brand building. How does all those assets tie together? How do you present your expertise, your authority, and your trust, which is part of Google's EAT signals, to show that your brand is a leader in the space? That's what Google wants to see. So you just got to pull out that content, work with technical people to get that there, produce content that positions you in that way, and then build out links and authority that show that other people also perceive you that way.
And in one regard, that's why I'm so excited about this movement, because I've been running Bravo Charlie like 15 years in January. StudioHawk's how old?
9. Yeah, 9.
And I've been consistently meeting larger companies who are sort of in entrenched positions in the market, who have great relationships with public relations firms. And those PR firms are like, we're going to get you on stage. We're going to get you in these magazines. We know the people who write the AFR. But then most of those publications became digital in the last 10 years and fired probably half their staff or more. And so now there's this gap. If you're solely using a traditional PR firm, if you're solely relying on this sort of network effect of personal relationships, you're missing the underlying framework of digital. And it's just, you just can't do it anymore because of this succession, because of all your middle managers, all your key decision makers are all, well, I mean, you're way younger than I am, but we're still in this Gen X, Gen Y, millennial bracket of like, we live in digital.
Yeah.
So how are your people going to make decisions?
Yeah, I mean, exactly right. Like there was half your staff axed when things went digital. During COVID, another 3/4 were axed. Now with AI, more people are getting axed. People that tell me that PR is based on relationships, look, I think it's pretty full of it. That you can have relationships there, but that's just the difference between them giving you feedback on a story or not. No one's going to run your bad story anymore because everyone's got KPIs they need to hit. So stories now happen through when they need an expert comment or they need a data-led campaign. Now, data-led campaigns are really where it's at. I think a lot of companies, the saying data's the new oil. A lot of companies have really, really cool data that they just need to learn how to put into a story. And that's what digital PR is. Putting that cool data into a story to then get publications to pick that up and link to you. Not mention you, link to you, because that builds your brand.
What more is there to say, really? The articulation of that story, so it highlights the critical things you want to share about the strategy that you've decided or created that's going to drive your company forwards, is also a critical part of this, because it all layers and it's got to start somewhere. Now, whether you're starting with your data, which is the oil, whether you're starting with your key difference that you assume it is in the market and you can go out and test through digital, or you're sitting down with your leadership group and be like, look, we can see what's on the horizon. These are the macro trends that are coming. What are we going to do about it? Many roads lead to digital, Rome.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, PR has been around for a long time, but hasn't really had a lot of innovation recently. So it's really cool that this is something that's come out in the market. You're able to guarantee links, which is, if you go to a PR company and ask for any guarantees, you really get nowhere. And it's a lot cheaper than traditional PR. So I think, look, there's a lot of early adopters in the space. We're working with a lot of brands that are kind of challenger brands getting in that space. So I'm really excited to see how it develops. It's not a new thing in the world. It's popular in the UK, but it's getting, it's emerging in the US, and it's just starting in Australia.
Thanks for your insights. Great to have you providing some smarter impact to the people out there, and good work.
Thank you. Cheers.